everyone, and welcome to tonight's 16th episode of New Brew, the show where you bring a beer that you've never had before. I want to say hello to the panel first. We have Alex, the beer master.
What's up, everybody? Cheers.
Yeah, I was going to say he has. We also have Michael Kormaroff. Welcome.
Hello.
Thomas Metal 75.
Yeah.
Massachusetts Beer Review.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous Brew Review.
Hi.
East Coast Liquor Reviews. Liquor, LQ.
Oh.
And Beer Man.
Hello.
Myself, Bumpy Road. And also hello to the chat. Tanner, cheers to beers.
He'll pick that. Where's the rest of the live crowd that's watching?
Slowly trickling in.
It's everybody on panel. Oh,
Mary's there.
Now
There's
we
a
got
couple
Mary
people.
and the Butch.
There's some
Welcome
people.
in. And Cheryl Crawford. Hello and cheers to you. You little monkey. All right. Let's bring up our first panelist, Alex Beermaster. Show us what he is working with tonight. A new brew.
Well, I'm working on tonight Power Slide New England IPA from Jug Handle Brewing from New Jersey. It is a 6.6 by volume in a 16-ounce can. So I like the can art and stuff like that. So let's pour this up and see what it looks like. Appreciate you, Johnny boy. I'll see you there. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Perfect. Just the way I like it, the smell. Let's see what it entails here. Wow. That's exactly what you would like. Exactly like a New England IPA. Perfect. That is exactly. Now, sometimes you see these more thicker New England IPAs, but this is somewhat thick a little bit too. So, but then you get these like orange juice kind of thing, but this kind of looks like a hazy orange juice. So, well, I'm going to give you the smell and the taste next time around. Appreciate you.
Maybe not.
Uh-oh.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Appreciate you.
Hello, Michael.
Okay. Hello, and I'll do the same thing. Here is the apricot sour from Flying Dog of Frederick, Maryland, and this is a 6.2 ounce. Let's open it up and put it into the glass. Let's see what it looks like. Kind of a slight haze to it, but it's not the kind that you cannot see through. It's more, maybe it's a chill haze more than anything else. And a lot of carbonation, I think you can see through the glass. And I will talk more later, maybe.
All right. Well, one more, then we go.
Cool.
To Eric with a C.
Eric.
With a K.
All right. I'm going to drink one from Abandoned Brewing Company. They are in East Hampton, Massachusetts. Here's the little logo for this beer. This one is called Odin. Odin is a Belgian strong dark ale at 9.8%. Good. The 9th of December 2021, it was canned. And let's see how this one goes. I'm going to Jamaica. All right, let's do it. Here we go. I'll get at least this one. very dark brown kind of color. Lots of carbonation going up into the top of the glass, like one finger of head. We will see how this one goes. It's actually pretty ruby red in some light, but yeah, we'll see how it goes, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right. Miscellaneous up next.
All right, so this might shock some people, but yeah, I've got the Atomic Torpedo, 8.2%, juicy West Coast IPA. I do not drink a lot of Sierra Nevada. I don't know why. Packaged 1/11/2022. So that's one of the main reasons I picked this particular product. It was in date.
That's exactly what you want. Nice and fresh, legendary Andrew.
Kind of. It's like 2 months old. Stop there. Oh, shit. No, we're good. All right, so yeah, got a nice golden, honey golden color. Slight straw. Got 2 fingers all over the place, kind of head. A bit rocky, but still pretty frothy. Something in my beer. Cheers, guys. Oh, that smells good.
Cheers, Mr.
Cheers, man.
I think we have a good time with that one. We're gonna find
Cheers, miscellaneous. And
everybody.
and Mike, I'm just gonna mute you just for until we get to the other thing. Okay. We're playing unmute, mute, unmute. We got last beer joining us, so he beat John Anelli. I don't even know if John Anelli's showing up, but cheers, miscellaneous. Thank you. We got Tanner coming up next.
Legendary Tanner.
All right, so BuMpy actually gave me this beer. This is by Burlington Beer Company, Mahogany and Tweed. I believe BuMpy reviewed this Saturday, right? On my channel. This is a maple barley wine ale aged in cognac barrels. This is the 2022 release. Yeah, it's definitely hard to see the alcohol by volume, but it's 11%. And these guys are out of 25 Omega Drive, Suite 150, Williston, Vermont. So, yeah, gonna crack this open. Excited to try it. Put it in my freezer for like 10 minutes. Got a little bit of a chill to it, so it's not completely warm from sitting in my.
Let's see if it's going to be a little icy. Let's see.
No, it wasn't in there for too long.
Hell.
It's got like a cola look when it's pouring into the glass. Actually, a little bit. I guess yeah, it's mahogany. It's got a tint of red. Hold it up for light, but like this, it looks very dark brown. Khaki colored head. Didn't produce much of a head. About a half a finger. Looks pretty good. Excited to try it. Smells pretty sweet. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
There you go. You can see the little bit of red at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can also see me.
Perfect.
Well, I hope you enjoy that as much as I did.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Maybe a
to
little bit more.
Cheers.
Well, if he likes barrel-aged beers like me, he should be golden.
All right. Hey, okay, so I got a collaboration stout. I don't know what kind of stout it is or anything, but it's an alder smoked stout, and it's from Pelican Brewing and Fort George Brewing, local breweries to me. Pelican South, Fort George North, and it all proceeds go to Clatsop Community Action, which is our county here at Clatsop County. 7% ABV and 30 IBUs. I didn't say that earlier. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff I can't read. My glasses are bad. Other than that, I don't know what the date is. It's a new one though. They just did it, so I've never seen it. It's about $7 for the big old bottle there. Let me show it to you. Sorry. That's basically it. The rest is just stupid stuff. But let's pour it. It's dark brown, roasted dark brown, coffee-looking colored beer.
Looks delicious.
Yeah, it does.
Nice big fat head.
Wow.
It's even got some cascading kind of like weird coloration, all different and stuff. It's got a khaki head, rocky on the top, real memory foamy on the side. Pour a 3-finger, my fingers. Dark beer. It's dark brown for sure. It's not oily. There is some brownish, reddish hues at the bottom. Other than that, oh yeah, it's nice. It's got a nice smoky balance. Like it's not too smoky, but not too. Yeah, we'll get into this, man. Cheers, cheers,
Right.
guys.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
All right. Next up, we got this guy who snuck in.
Legendary Josh.
Found the glass beer.
All right.
Get off the Instagram.
Don't tell me what to do.
OnlyFans.
From Drownlands out of Warwick, New York. I have the Slow River mixed culture fooder fodder saison, 4.2% ABV. Never had this style from Drownlands. I mostly just pick up their IPAs, but they make good stuff. I know. I think John was drinking a Drownlands the other day, sometime last week maybe. But yeah. Ooh.
Whoa.
Damn.
looks
That was not the
delicious.
color I was expecting.
Yeah, really.
Jose. Oh,
Yeah, it's like purple kind of.
okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Looking like a
So,
tree.
yeah. Smells delicious. So
Josh, what's the ABV?
4.2%. A little guy. So yeah, that's what she looks like.
Damn.
So cheers.
Yeah.
Did you say 42%?
Yep. 42% saison.
I couldn't see you drinking 4.2%. That's not you.
Definitely gonna be your last beer.
Super season.
Distilled the beer. All right.
All right.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Thank
Cheers.
you, Josh.
Buffalo Road.
Purple Marple. Cheers to Mark A. Welcome in, Gail.
Vulnerable.
Yep.
So, Tanner's drinking a barley wine that I gave him, and I'm drinking a barley wine that he gave me. Got the
Nice.
companies. The floor is barley wine. Comes in at 11% ABV. Got the same ABV. I just drank the one that Tanner's got tonight a couple nights ago. Was it a couple nights ago? Yeah, it was a couple nights ago.
I think it was
And,
Saturday.
Yeah, I think so too. I couldn't remember after the barley wine, but it was. Let's see what the difference is, anyways. Oh, I know one difference. This is not barrel aged, is it?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. There's one difference.
I think they do some
And the
amount.
color is different too. So this is more like a golden barley wine.
Huh.
It's got an off-white kind of creamy white, slight yellowish tint to the head there. Bubbles of different sorts throughout. So we'll probably break down, leave a thin little ring around the top. This barley wine is a deep gold. It's got a little bit of like a shade of like red, orange. So maybe a little amber, a little copper-esque. It does have a clarity to it. You can see objects through it, but it also has a bit of a haze, or is that just condensation building up in the glass?
Condensation.
Not a little bit. I'd say there's little particles in there, kind of making a.
I think it's probably unfiltered on the back of it. On the side, it might say unfiltered, so it's probably got a little bit of a haze too.
And this one straight up says English style barley wine. The one that Tanner has does not. I would classify as an English style, but you decide. Unfiltered and may contain sediment. Okay, yep. Cool. Let's go ahead and free for all.
Oh boy. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a picture.
Well, I'll tell you this much here, guys.
Well, that P word's better than the
Gotta
other
do
one.
it for the gram.
This
Yeah.
smells really good. Smells like a New England IPA, just exactly the way I like it. Sweet, all that good stuff. Nice and dankness too. You can smell. Man, delicious. Smells delicious.
Okay, it's not my hands. I'm getting a little bit of the cinnamon nose in this for some reason. Did you get cinnamon when you had it, Tanner?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I did that a while ago. I did that probably maybe a couple months ago. I reviewed that beer. See what the website. It'll be a little bit of price.
Michael, you're unmuted now, right?
Investigating.
Okay.
Yeah, I unmuted myself. Mine is more tart than sour,
Cheers.
and I can't differentiate apricot from anything else. It's just straight tartness.
Mm.
I'll keep drinking, and maybe as it warms up a little, do get more of the taste. That's still pretty cold.
Got the Odin.
It says toffee, sugar plum, fig, caramel, grapefruit, citrus. So this has a really sweet aroma. It's definitely coffee in this one as well. Molasses, brown sugar, a little bit of nuttiness, some roastiness.
You haven't taken a sip yet?
No, I did take a sip. It's sweet. It's
Oh,
good
okay.
though. Yeah.
I missed your facial reaction.
This beer is delicious. Very delicious. I love my New England IPAs. This is, I think, spot on in some levels.
Wow.
This is good.
I don't know if this Belgian strong dark ale is going to get very high marks from Thomas Metal. I mean, so you're getting that clove and that coriander kind of or maybe not coriander, but you're getting definitely clove and cinnamon and baking style spice. You're getting a ton of sweet, almost brown bready and like super sweet cherry kind of notes. I do get like that minerally, well watery kind of thing I do get from Belgian style beers, but the palate is definitely on the sticky side when it drinks. Almost sugar. It kind of is sugar, yeah, with that cherry flavor. Not really super dark fruit, but I can get some raisin or the fig kind of notes in there. It's just a very sticky body. I don't really get the same kind of a drying sensation that I would if I were drinking like a St. Bernard's Ap 12 or like a Westmalle Trappist kind of a beer. The body is medium for 9.8%. It's moderately crisp, pretty sugary sweet practically, so it's not really that clean, and it's kind of refreshing for what it is, but this not very dry, kind of overly sweet, sugary cherry is kind of a little off-putting for a certain style. So I got to keep drinking. Maybe if it goes into a room temperature change, maybe it'll get a little better. But so far, it's a little off the mark for Belgian dark strong ale. We'll see how it goes.
I saw the Oslo beer you had the other day, Eric.
Oh yeah, that thing was good. It was right in there.
You liked it?
Mm-hmm.
What did you give it for a rating again? Like a 90 or something?
Gave it a 94.
Okay.
It definitely had the funky backbone of that Belgian stuff that was really unique for the style. It was really good.
How'd your picture come out, Josh?
I'm sure I'll see it on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I'll upload it later. This beer is good, dude. It's Brett Oak Blueberry. It says fruited. Well, obviously it's fruited. You can see the color, but yeah, it says fruited saison. So yeah, definitely getting like blueberry, like fresh blueberries, like skin, and like maybe a little bit of peach. Getting some of that hayness to it.
She puts the lotion on the skin, or she gets the hose.
Put it in the beer.
7.
It's good, man. I don't drink a lot of these styles, but and at 4.2, obviously it's a crusher, but it's nice and cold, and get a lot of that blueberry and some hay, a little bit of funkiness.
Hey.
Very light bodied for sure. Got a little sweetness to it. It's good. I'd probably pick it up again, to be honest with you. I know that's probably a good question.
I know it's a little early now, but I guess I have a cool question.
I got a bad answer for it.
Okay.
Go ahead, legendary Tanner.
Well, I do have, if you want to hold on to it, I do have a question from Tommy Carroll that I'll be asking. Sure. And then you can ask that question later on. Miscellaneous hates beer. He hasn't even said a word about it.
I haven't yet. Yeah, I don't know. That effervescence seems pretty good. Really, really tiny, small bubbles on the nose. Grapefruit, floral, biscuits, slight peach note. Smells pretty malty up front. Not as. I was surprised because it said juicy West Coast, and it does lean more that way. But yeah, pretty.
Yeah, this probably one's sweet, but it's not as sweet as the one Tanner's drinking right now.
This is really good, BuMpY.
Yeah.
Like I think the cognac barrels have like a really strong influence on the like dried fruit aspect. So you get like the raisins and figs and plums, and it's just like toffee, caramel, brown sugar, molasses, and it's just like this sugary, sweet dried fruit.
Does it remind you of Sugar Daddies with the caramel?
I can see that actually. Yeah, I can see that. I was trying to think of maybe another candy bar because Sugar Daddies doesn't really have like peanuts and dried fruits with it. But if there was a candy bar that had like, I said in the private chat, I said maple pecan. Like I'm getting a lot of like the nuttiness, and I think pecan is probably one of the more dominant nutty flavors that I'm getting. It kind of reminds me of this one that I had. Yeah, this barrel-aged imperial stout with chocolate, caramel, and pecans. It definitely is very reminiscent of this one.
This beer, think this, man. Oyster, peated malt, smoked woodiness, caramel, chocolate, dark roast coffee, slight leather, slight hop burn, American stout, possibly, dry spicy finish. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I really like this. Oyster, though, it's very fishy. It's weird.
I have that glass bookmark. What is it? Luigi something? The one you got here?
Luigi Bromoli.
Yeah, I have that bookmark. I need to buy one of those.
Let's go ahead and ask Tommy Carroll's question of the panel. He says, BRB, bathroom break. Be right back. And panel, what's the worst beer you've ever had so far? And we got last beer. He's probably gonna say my last beer, but we'll bring him up anyways.
Worst beer ever, or just what I had? Well, I guess recently, right?
The worst beer you've ever had so far.
Ever in my whole life.
Ever.
Man, that's tough. I've had a lot of bad beers. Worst beer I've ever had. Yeah, there's so many. I guess I'll just go with one of the last kind of ones. It was probably that bracket. I got a 4-pack of that. That was terrible. I'll go with recent because it's hard for me to pick the worst beer I've ever had my whole entire life because I've had a lot of really bad beers. I mean, so I'm going to go with that bracket from whatever that company was called. I forgot, but it was terrible. Bracket.
That memorable.
And I had a whole 4-pack of it, and I dumped the whole 4-pack down the drain.
Whoa!
Didn't even finish the beer I had. I couldn't do it. Not good. So that's my answer. So cheers.
Cheers.
Damn.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Cheers.
Alex. Oh, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Well, I will tell you this. If you're asking me what is the worst beer, it was Mad Elf. But I have another beer I want to tell you. But the Mad Elf I drank just a couple weeks ago, and I took the time to taste it, and it was pretty darn good. Because when I did that review, I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't not because I had no taste buds, but it just didn't. It just didn't taste. It tasted nothing to me. But when I drank it a couple weeks ago, just to drink it, and I took the time, you could taste the cherries. So it was good in that sense. So it was a worse beer when it came to not knowing it, but when I drank it, it tasted really good. Now, the worst beer I've had in the past couple of days. Well, I will put that up right here on Instagram. Let me show you.
Oh.
Oh, I'm telling you, this was not delicious at all. Okay, let's see here. It is that one right there.
The Rusty Nail.
Yeah, that was the only Rusty Nail beer that I didn't like. All the other beers are delicious. It's
Hardcore Pie Pals.
Yes. Yes.
What a name of a beer.
It was like it's a apple cinnamon cider, or not cider, sour. I thought it was gonna be delicious, but it was not that good. So that is one of the worst beers I've ever tasted.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it literally tasted like a Sonic board or something like that. You know what I'm talking
Sonic
about?
water.
Yeah, Sonic board or whatever that board was. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm like thinking in my head what it was, but it wasn't that good. I mean, hoping next year they'll make that again and it'll taste better. That is the only beer that I did not like out of Rusty Rail. As you know, I am a Rusty Rail fan, other than my Founders and other beers I like. So, all right, enough of my rant. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Cheers, Alex. Thank you. And now we bring up Michael, but I'm going to unmute him first. There he
I got it. I'm going to go with Keystone Light, but basically any light beer are pretty close to the same thing for me because I just don't find that they have the taste profile for me. But I mean, those were the just I've tried several light beers. They all see Coors Light is fairly untasty as well. That's just my opinion. So it would be a light beer. It could be many of them are the worst beers I've ever had. And I don't know. Recently, I really haven't had anything horrible, but a lot of average stuff. So the whole light beer category.
The whole light beer category.
Yep, I haven't found the light beer I liked.
Would you consider what we're going to do tonight a light beer later on after this?
Kind of, but it's at least it's at least full. It has a body to it.
Let's review, Michael. What's the ABV on that beer that you're going to review after the show?
It's 5.2.
Okay.
So I guess it's a session. What would you say the average for a light beer is? A little bit less, like 4.5 kind of thing.
Probably around 4.2.
4.7 or so. Yeah.
About 8.5.
So I think the Jack's Abbey actually has more body than your average light beer.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Right. Sweet. Thank you, Michael.
I'll mute myself again.
Okay.
Okay. Macro beer, Steel Reserve 211, 8.1%. Garbage.
Agree.
Crafty beer. Look, we're going to talk about beer. Well, not beer that you spent a bunch of money on, luckily, here, but the worst one I ever had was I think it was the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. That thing was garbage. Very, very not good. Not good in my estimation. It had
Legendary Eric, was it because it didn't have a right bourbon barrel aged taste, or what was the deal with that?
It's a conglomeration of a lot of things. The head fizzed out like Coca-Cola. It sounded like Coca-Cola. It tasted like, and now they do make Coca-Cola and coffee. They do make a beverage now, but it tastes like Coca-Cola and coffee. And they try to do a little drop of bourbon in there with the with some off cherry notes and everything that wasn't very good. The whole thing just kind of had a Coca-Cola syrupy feel and just fizz to it. It didn't taste like any. It didn't. I don't know what. I don't know what.
Basically
they were
fake.
that thing, and that thing was that was one of the few beers in my life I can actually recall that I actually did a drain pour on, and they make better things than that. The cream ale is way better than that, but yeah, bourbon barrel Kentucky ale there, no bueno.
I mean, but Legendary Eric, it's possible if you drink it again, maybe next year or two, they could change it. You know, because you know how people
at least one other time in that same store.
They didn't change. Oh, you tried it. Okay, after that. Okay.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what can you do? All right.
You get a single. That's what you can do, and you try.
Right. If you don't like it, and if you do like it, then you get more.
Cheers. Thanks, Eric.
God.
Cheers, Eric.
Worst beers, huh?
Yes, Legendary Andrew.
There's been a lot down the road of the craft beer. I guess some I can say that I remember. I had this fermented ale from Wicked Weed Brewing Company. I wasn't a big fan of that. The pH was off, too vinegar forward for me. It's not a good beer. I've actually been scared to try it again. Doesn't compare.
What did it taste like, Legendary Andrew?
I can't remember. It's been so long. But as a recently one that I had that was no good from Untitled Arts, their donut pastry stout it's had this weird sweet and low chemical type of thing, mid palate, like mid sip. Other than that, like the initial taste was good, but it's poorly executed. And
So basically, after you drank it,
also
after you drank it, it basically tasted like a nasty chemical, like a fake.
Yeah,
Andrew, basically like fake, right?
Like that fake sugar. Just wasn't good.
I don't know. Sorry, Andrew. I was just trying to explain.
I actually had one from Sweetwater too. They make this Pit and the Pendulum series. Some kind of crazy foeder age something. I remember that not being good either.
Well, as I've always said, not every beer could be a 90 or 100. That's all we got to say about that.
It's true.
Right, let's see, Andrew.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miss Lynn.
All right, so the worst beer that I've ever had, so I guess I'll take some of the same route that Eric did. Macro beer. Ice House, 6.9%. It wasn't just the worst beer I've ever had, it's the worst beer experience I've ever had. I tried to do a chug on my channel. It ended very badly. I got halfway through the beer, and I threw up, and it was just terrible. It was just so metallic and just like over the top maltiness, and it was just not good. It just made me feel like shit.
I mean, let's say Tanner, you weren't trying to taste it literally; you were just trying to chug it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have beers that I like, and they're still taste good. You know, but that was the worst experience I've ever had with a beer.
I think I'd buy Natty's before that shit.
Ice House is good, dude.
Kind of crafty. But I get craft beer. The New Belgium Juice Force. At first, my initial impressions were like, okay, this is decent. I kind of got like an adjuncty like tangerine with it. And then after it sat and it warmed up a little bit, I was getting like such Pine Sol, like lemon cleaner. And every time I went to go take a sip, I could just smell it on the nose. And it was just kind of like, It was not good. So as
Dude,
far as
that beer smelled so good. Like when you open it and pour it, it was like passion fruit and tropical as hell. And then you drank it, you're like, what the fuck happened here?
well, that's what I was saying. At first, the aroma was fine, the taste was fine. After it sat and got a little bit warmer, it literally smelled like pine sol to me. It was like lemon freaking cleaner, you know.
I think that's New Belgium's number four most popular
It was
beer right now.
Yeah, it was not good. I didn't.
Yeah, I brought that up last night.
So, yeah, there's two, I guess. But yeah, Ice House definitely was like the worst experience. Never had a beer. I've drunk many beers. You know, I've never had a beer that I got halfway through and it just literally made me so sick. And it's just I threw it up as I was drinking it. So,
But,
That's Kyle.
but
He's
Where's
in the
that?
chat too. Kyle's favorite beer is Ice House.
yes, correct.
Because they have
We
different
had an ice
variants.
house on Food Friday.
6.9% was terrible. Not good.
But you also have to know, Legendary Tanner, you're a craft beer reviewer like me, and
Craft beer boy.
Hey, here's the thing though, Alex. I love malt liquor. I'll tell you right now. If
True
you
that.
see my old videos that I had to make private because I got strikes on my channel for self-harm, you would see how
right.
much I actually drank 40 ounces. And I love King Cobra, Colt 45, Colt 45 double malt.
Awesome.
I never had the high gravity Colt 45.
It's good.
Mickey's is really good. I always really like Mickey's if I want something light, but I want a little bit higher ABV. Mickey's is definitely a go-to for me. But yeah, you know, I love malt liquor. I'll tell you right now, I love malt liquor.
I'll tell you this much,
Yeah,
Tanner.
it was just
All right. Well, we're not. All right, we're gonna
We're
end the
yeah.
end the
Okay,
question.
don't shoot me. Sorry.
All right, we're gonna bring up Beer Man.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I got a few of them, but just real quick. So there was one I had from Arizona. It's from OHSO Brewing out of Arizona. It was a Marshmallow Fluff IPA. I actually reviewed it, or I reviewed it, but I actually scored it at a higher score than I should have. It just got really cloying and sweet. But the main one was I don't like sweet cloying. I don't like those kind of stouts and stuff. I don't like that shit. The breakfast stouts and stuff, I can't get into it unless they're made well, unless they dry off real fast in the finish. The unfiltered dry hop Klosthaler non-alcoholic was fucking disgusting. Tastes like pennies. It was terrible. And Beck's non-alcoholic beer, just absolutely phenomenally gross. Like I'm glad I drink alcohol. I would not succumb to that. No, I would not do that. And the glucose beers, the no glucosey ones, those or whatever the gluten free. Yeah,
That
some of
sorghum.
them are nasty. It tastes like
Sorghum
soap.
is a weird flavor.
Yeah. So I haven't had anything, honestly, like there's so many different beers and styles that it's just a matter of understanding the style. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. All these specialty beers coming out, some of them they go overboard, a little too much. Just my opinion though. But yeah. Cheers, man.
All right. Cheers, Beer Man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have John and Nelly joining us. So after he answers the question of the
Johnny
worst beer
boy.
he's had, if he can then show the beer that he's bringing that he's never had before.
Yeah. So glad to be here. Sorry I'm late. Worst beer I've ever had. Well, there's a couple of them, and they're all like
Ones that BuMpY gave you, isn't it? You son of a.
No. So the first one that came to mind, which I posted in the chat before I joined, was Earthquake High Gravity, 10%. It's pretty bad. The other one that comes to mind is the Tecate Titanium, which I don't even know if they still make it. And I actually reviewed that on my channel. I think I gave it a C, but I was being very generous. It ended up being a drain pour. As it warmed up, it became completely undrinkable, and I ended up dumping 2/3 of it out.
Johnny boy, is it possible that the high gravity one as well, that you probably was a dream pour as well? Because you didn't seem to.
No, I got through the Earthquake.
Okay.
I got through the Earthquake. The Tecate one was completely. It was I had to pour it out. But those are pretty bad. there's a few craft beers, every now and then you get that are either out of date or they're just, I don't know, they're just not so great, but nothing really sticks out in my mind quite like the Tecate Titanium and the Earthquake High Gravity. And those are somewhat mass produced. I mean, they're owned by big companies and they're select markets, but they're more available than a lot of the craft beer that we can get. And it's just a shame that that's the kind of garbage that some of these companies decide that they put out. And you know what? People obviously buy it. Otherwise, they wouldn't still make it. So somebody out there is drinking this crap. Anyway, the beer that I'm drinking tonight, just made on my way home from, not from work, from Kate's after dinner. I went to the craft beer cellar, but I got a bunch of stuff that I never had before, including this one here. This is from Jack's Abbey. I bought a 4-pack for $9.99, 16-ounce cans. I'm telling you, best craft beer prices on the market, Jack's Abbey. This is the Smoke and Dagger from them. This is their black lager. Clocks in at 5.6% and 25 IBUs. Never had it. Unfiltered and unpasteurized. And that's pretty much all it says on the can. I don't see a date, but there should be one on here. They usually put the dates on here. Anyway, I'll look for the date in a little bit. I guess I could pour it up really quick. Got to be careful with these thin glasses. You get a huge head.
I've had that one.
You have. Oh, all right.
It's good.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
That's a Budweiser glass.
Nice looking pour there. It is a dark brown. It's very clear to be unfiltered. When I hold it up to the computer monitor light, I can actually see through it, but it is dark. You can probably see actually some of the brown notes coming through there. So it's a good looking beer in the glass, very clean looking, and it's about a 2.5 finger, relatively creamy looking tan head on there as well. So I don't know where you guys were. I can come back around, or if you want me to go ahead and get into it, whatever.
Was it bumpy?
Well, we'll be coming up on another
Free for all.
Free for all. That's what. Thank you.
Kate says hi.
You can't sound so much like the actual free for all thing. I'll have to pay you.
That was pretty good, huh?
Yeah. If you want to give it a quick nose, though, just get all the nose and stuff in there.
Smoke it, beer.
Rich caramel, dark toasted bread. Yeah, that's mostly it. Yeah, a little like caramel malt action, a little sweetness, and the dark roasted malt, like dark toasted bread notes. Maybe a touch of chocolate in there as well, like a little dark chocolate, and that's pretty much it. It smells very, very smooth. It smells like it's going to be a nice, easy drinking lager, not too heavy.
Johnny boy, what's the ABV on it?
5.6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Thanks for joining up.
Yeah. Thank you.
And, yeah. I will. All right. So this is going to be a 2-part. First off, I got a video, but then I'll come back with something else that I've recently had. So let me go ahead and share my video.
Ooh.
Oh, the sour flower, yeah.
As you can see, it says the worst beer I've ever had. Hopefully it's showing because I'm on another screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
I see it. Let's say
The
bumpy.
sour flower. Okay. Now I'm going to get into this video a bit because I don't want it to be.
Well, this is before you did the fast forward stuff, right? Let's say bumpy, if I remember correctly.
Dark orange, like an orange red almost. All right. Let's go on. We get into it. Hold on. Aroma as well. So, all right. Here we go.
He's going to throw it up.
Bile, disgusting. Bile, going for some more. Bile, try for yourself. Disgusting. Bile, kind of note that just comes up from your gut. Disgusting. Try for yourself. Going for some more. Kind of note that just comes up from your gut. It has kind of a pleasant, fruity flavor to it. vial and try it for yourself. Thanks for watching. Cheers. All right, so there was that.
So wait a minute, but you literally said that in the video. Vile, disgusting.
Vile. Yeah, it tasted like stomach acids and vomit.
Oh.
Basically, if you upchuck and you re-swallow it, that's what that beer basically tasted like. It was
my favorite.
It was pretty awful. So I did dub it the worst beer I've ever had. But just recently, I did have another beer where I actually shared. I gave one to Tanner. I don't think he's had it yet. That blueberry crumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't finish that beer. I think that was on Miscellaneous's Imperial Night. I took a couple sips and I said I can't do it. So I dumped that glass. The next day, I opened up the 2 remaining cans and dumped those down the drain.
What it tastes like, Legendary BuMpY?
It was just like heavy metallic and bitter and just not. It did not taste good. It was just something I couldn't do.
Don't drink it then, Tanner.
It smelled pretty good, but it was just bad. I think at least with the flower power, I think I was able to power through those beers. So, yeah, every now and then you'll finally reach that next level of the worst beer that you've ever actually had. Hey, but we're here like this, we might as well free for all.
I got another worse beer. It's the Lizard of Cause by Founders. I dumped the whole bottle out. It's a blueberry. It was a blueberry.
What?
Yeah,
the blueberry stout
from that Blizzard of Cause
from Founders.
Yeah, it was awful, dude.
I love that beer.
It tasted like Dimetap, dude.
Yeah, but maybe
it was terrible. Dude.
Maybe the date was
You're talking about the. You're
That
talking
was
about
fresh. I got it when it first came out.
You're about the only person I've ever heard say it was good.
I love that beer. It was a
it was
blueberry
awful, dude.
barrel aged.
I tried so hard to like.
I watched what was it? No Hype and
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Joe, like Beer Patrol, try that, and they were like,
I love that beer. I really did.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Mine might not have been as fresh. I think maybe it was a couple years. Like it was the only one on the shelf. It looked like it.
Bad. It doesn't get better with time.
No.
It was. I enjoyed it. If it's the same, it has the lizard on the label, right?
Yep, and it has.
Was it a bomber? Bottle?
Yeah.
It's retired.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I reviewed that beer on my channel. I gave it like a 98, I think.
Get out of here! Oh my
God. I loved it. It was so good.
And I mentioned in the chat the Founders Mango Magnifico, which
I like that one.
Space Monkey and I poured down, and Josh liked it. So it shows you that there's differing feelings when it comes to Founders beers.
Oh, so Josh, you've had that.
Josh had it.
Magnifico, yeah, dude, the habanero one, the mango.
I never had it, so I don't know.
I thought it was awful. I mean, bad.
It was like soup. It was very spicy, and it was.
Maybe ours was an old bottle. I've used that as an excuse why it could have been bad. I don't know.
You would think I would like chiladas if I like spicy beers, but I'm not a big tomato guy, so.
Me either.
All right. I don't think so bad. They just got to make them in that big ass can, dude.
BuMpY, you've had Hop Valley. You bought a Hop. Did you get Hop Valley or was it
Yeah, those are those ones that use all the cryo hops in. Like
yeah, dude. The Standard Panda. I like that. Was nasty, dude.
Those are just talking them up, and BuMpY was like, "You're no good," and you said they were no good. I'm like, "I'm not."
No, they have a couple that are good. You gotta have them fresh, but if
they're
you have them too late, they're like, ooh, it's too much. They're too grocery store.
The grocery store beers of the like early '90s, basically.
Right.
You go in there and you'd be like, "Meh." You used to think they might be good, but then you have something a lot better, and then you're like, "Oh, that's shit."
Yeah,
but I mean, it wasn't drain pour disgusting. It was just there was nothing
spectacular.
Me and my buddy, when we reviewed those, we did it was like 80, 90 degrees out. We were sitting in the backyard in some lawn chairs. So, I mean, they were pretty good for sitting out in the sun. They weren't like the most flavorful beers, but they were still decent.
Get in here.
You got fresh though, fresh. Oh man, you gotta have fresh. I've been getting 7-month-old beers lately, IPAs lately, all this shit. Nobody watches dates. And I'm like, dude, y'all gotta. They don't want to sell them and put them on sale. They want to put them on sale and say, oh, here, have this. Ha, ha, ha. And I go and take it home and I'm like, man, horse shit. And they, it's like you wasted $2.50 or whatever on a grocery store can of beer, and that pisses me off, man.
Boy, Kyle's on the
People
chin.
need
Well,
to
if it's a
figure it
stout,
out.
it doesn't matter. But if it's other beers,
It does matter though, if
Have you
because
had
hops release.
Oh no, I'm
you know-
saying it's stouts. I'm saying if it's stouts, you're okay. But I'm
But
saying
every
it's
beer
hot.
has hops though, and if you want the freshest quality, you got to have it within a month or so, to some extent.
Hey,
Have I
Andrew,
had
if you're
what?
going to make a book on
Yeah,
Mr.
the other
Beer
two
Man
you
here,
did.
we'll make it.
No, I've only had one of the other ones.
Okay.
Awesome. It's an awesome Imperial. One of them's an awesome Imperial Stout. The other
Another
two
one's a
are
maple
Imperial
one
Stout.
too, right? There's another maple one, right?
Yeah, it's an Imperial Stout. I think
Love
it might be.
Maple barrels.
Well, I'm not drinking a good beer. No.
How's your beer coming along, John? You enjoying the flavors?
Oh yeah, it's an excellent beer. It's Jack's Abbey with their regular lineup of
Black
beers,
lager,
their
That'd be a
standard
Schwartz
lager
beer, right?
lineup. They're all really good, really easy
You
drinkable,
gotta
and
put that
really
beer by Tanner.
really fair, or competitively priced. It's got a lot of flavor for a 5.6 easy drinking lager. It's a lot of roasted malt character,
Gonna
and
go to
it's not very bitter at all, which I like. It is 25 IBUs, but it's not bitter, so it's good. Very crushable, as the kids like to say.
Yeah. Crushable.
I'm trying to sip on it. This is my first beer, so I may have to get this one down and go grab another one here in a minute.
Yeah, there you
I'm gonna
go.
grab another one of these too.
Like the girl on the playground that told you smelled bad. Yeah, crushable.
Oh, hold on, legendary Tanner's showing us something.
Oh no, I still have one of these. I saved one. I'm gonna try to let it age for a little bit. Imperial Stout.
Well, that's the one you want me to try, legendary Tanner, if I remember correctly. I think.
He's showing all drain pours, Alex. That's what he's showing.
Oh, got it. No, but he did say I would like it. I think Tanner said at one point I would like that. So
Tanner, we're
I'll
gonna have to ban
find
you.
that beer with him.
Oh shit.
Ban
Miscellaneous to do an examination of this one.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Yeah.
I'm blocking you with the electric beard.
You.
Eclectic. I'm sorry, not an electric beard.
That is like, yeah, go around my back.
There you go.
Well, all I gotta say is that
More like
beer.
the hey man beard.
All I gotta say is this beer was delicious.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Oh, I have another can to drink with you guys. So, a couple cans.
He's got more, folks.
Yeah, but I have to review one. I have to review one as
Wait
well.
a minute. If you drink that second can, it's no longer a new beer.
Well, I've already
Yep,
drank
that's
it.
true.
I'll have to ban you, Alex.
Yep,
no
sorry,
longer-
Alex. You know the rules.
Right, Bumpy.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't me that said it, but whatever.
I know, Bumpy. I'm just playing around, Bumpy. I'm just playing around. I know
All
it
right.
wasn't you.
Well,
Flipping around.
there's somebody that said that they had a question. Let's make it. Hopefully it's a quick question, so we can just run through real quick. So after you answer the question that Tanner's about to ask, if you have anything else you want to say about your beer, if you feel like you haven't been able to get enough verbiage in on what the beer kind of tastes like to you and stuff like that, and then also give it a rating. And after that, we'll go back to full panel and we'll do shout outs. But yeah, so leave the shout out type stuff until afterwards, but answer question, talk about beer if you haven't fulfilled your whatever about the beer, and then give it a rating if you so wish. You don't need to. And let's bring up Tanner to ask the question. Where are you, Tanner?
Is there one?
There you are.
Is it a two-part question?
Nope.
Oh.
So before I started hanging out with Bumpy, I'd never really had a beer gifted to me before. But what's the best beer that you've ever had that someone gave you? Maybe it could have been like a Christmas present, or one of your friends just gave it to you to try. No. Yeah, pretty simple.
Okay.
Favorite beer someone's gave you?
Favorite beer that somebody's gave us. Let's get to John.
Johnny boy.
This is not an easy question because I have been gifted so much beer since I started my channel. Oh my god. Put me on the spot here.
I did hook you up pretty good.
I mean, it could just be like a
I'm sure.
memorable one too.
Yeah, I've been sent a lot of stuff. Like BuMpY, for example, sent me some of his homebrew. That was really good. The Bourbon Road was really good.
Thrash has sent you homebrew.
Thrash sent me some homebrew. That lime Hefeweizen in his homebrew was really good.
That was delicious.
But as far as like commercial beers, I'm sure it was one of the barrel aged beers that either BuMpY or Thrash sent me. Craft Beer Pours has sent me stuff. Michael Kormroff, the Masters blend that Michael sent me was really good. Or no, BuMpY sent me that, and then Michael.
Mike, you can give Mike credit for it. I don't know.
That was really good. Oh,
he was the one that got me onto it. So
yeah. The Masters blend was really good. Michael Kormroff sent me the Black is Beautiful 6-point version in collaboration with the that Texas brewery, I think.
Weathered Souls.
Weathered Soul. That was one of the best. That was like 14 or 14.1% bourbon barrel aged stout aged on vanilla beans. That was awesome. Yeah, I've had. That's not an easy question, Tanner. There's a lot, but I would say probably the Master Blend from 6-point, and then the Black is Beautiful collaboration beer that Michael sent me. But that's Miscellaneous sent me some. Oh shoot, the Bourbon County that Miscellaneous sent me. He sent me a vertical.
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's the best.
Oh, he's done.
I forgot about that. Yeah. It was the 17, 18, 19, and 20, I think. A vertical of Bourbon County, which at the time, living in Georgia, I couldn't get any of them because they were all for the years that he sent me, they were all over 14% alcohol. So there you go.
You're up here with us, buddy.
All right. Anyway, that's and as far as the beer, it's great. It's one of the best black lagers I've had. There's not a ton of black lagers that I really have had recently. It's light, it's easy drinking, it has a lot of flavor, but it's not heavy at all. Medium carbonation, nice finish, nice drying finish. You could really drink these all day, just like with a standard lager at 5.6%. It's not bitter at all. I'm going to give it a 95. It's a solid A. So right down the middle, 95 out of 100. A most excellent beer, and I would definitely recommend it, especially at the price point. Less than $10 for a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans, which is most of the Jack's Abbey standard lager lineup. You can't beat those prices. So that's all I got. And thank you to everybody who sent me all of the amazing beer mail over the years. I don't want to leave anybody out. It's all been amazing. So picking a favorite is not
It's
easy.
kind of hard today, Johnny boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, John. Barley wine's hitting me. You got this guy. Head down.
Hey, Grace.
Josh.
Yeah, it's a good thing Grace was
It's your turn, Josh.
Ooh, best beer. I've had a lot of gifted beers. Ooh.
Yeah.
That Chocolate Rain by the brewery was really good. Planet of the Younger was really good. My buddy gave me this. This was a couple years ago, but he gave me this. I forgot who made it, but it was from like 2001. It was this Imperial Stout, so it was like it was like 15 years old, but I forgot the name.
2001 is 22 years or 21 years now.
Yeah, I got it he gave it to me like in 2016. So at that time it was 2000. Yeah, I was 15 years old when I had it, but that one was really good. But I don't know if I could pick a top one. Might be that Chocolate Rain from the brewery, that 21% double barrel aged Imperial Stout. But I mean, it's up there with Planet of the Younger. That's really good. But It's kind of overhyped, but yeah, I'd probably pick the Chocolate Rain from the brewery. I think I gave it 100 actually. I drank it on BuMpY-isms after dark beers.
Beer Master.
So yeah, cheers.
What are you rating today's beer?
Oh, that's right. We're doing.
Yeah, pay attention,
My
Josh.
bad. So yeah, the saison, the fruited saison from Drownlands. It's really good. Nice and light, crisp. Get a lot of that blueberry flavoring in there. I'll give it a 96. I'd pick it up again. I only got a single can just to try it out, but I'd probably buy a 4-pack of it. Just switch it up a little bit, from all the haze and imperial stouts and all that stuff. So nice little switch up from hops. So yeah, 96 for Slow River from Drownlands. So, cheers.
Cheers, Lindsay.
Cheers, Josh.
I just drank a Drownlands beer 2 days ago. With old
they make good
CDP.
stuff.
Yeah,
So that.
it was good.
Howdy.
Well,
Oh boy.
Mackinac.
I'm going to give this beer
A 100.
Well, I think true. I think Josh answered that question real quick. I will give it 100 because this was very delicious, very tasty. I will tell you this: it had that New England IPA sweetness, New juiciness, a little bit of dryness, but not too much, and it just had a great creaminess. Don't get me wrong. I will be drinking another can of this with you guys tonight, and then probably do a review maybe tomorrow or next couple of days. But the beer is very good. That's what I want. And I'll tell you this much: my favorite beer that I obviously I support all the time is Pipe Dream.
Well, the best beer that you've ever been gifted.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The best beer I've ever gifted is so hard because I had legendary BuMpY send me beers when he was here with me, and
Actually, Alex, can I answer this one for you too? Since
yes,
Josh,
legendary BuMpY.
you already mentioned Pipe Dream, and this beer was gifted to you from Pipe Dream. What was it?
What's it called?
The one that you were excited about.
This
The one
beer
with all
right
the
here?
cards on it.
Wow, this is good. But the other one that's one of my favorites now is the bourbon barrel age beer, and I have one of them right in my fridge. Actually, I could show you right now.
Go ahead, show it.
Okay.
You got gifted those beers, didn't you?
Well, yeah, it was from one of the owners or one of the managers or something like that. That gave it to me
It's a pretty good
and
man.
gave me a shirt. If I can find it, I got so many new beers in
All the
here.
way in the back, Alex. Reach
This
deep.
probably is because I'm not drinking
How did
it.
you grab those beers last beer all the way in the back?
Oh God. Well, Lord, I can't see it. Darn. Hey.
Don't turn into Josh and just leave the stuff in the back.
We got
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
wait a second.
Yeah, I have to get more of this. So I only have one can left. I'm hoping to get more of this.
They don't make it right. It's a limited release, Alex. They're not making it right now. It's not available at the brewery.
Well, it should be available now because I got this months ago. So it should have been available now.
Maybe not.
It wasn't at the. I went to the brewery like 3 weeks ago. It wasn't. They didn't have it when I was there.
Well, I appreciate you keeping an eye out because if you do get more,
They told me. I asked them. They said we gave the last 4-pack to Alex the Beer Master, and we're not making it anymore. They told me.
Oh shit!
So thank you, Alex, for taking all the bourbon barrel aged stout from Pipe Dream. Appreciate you.
Oh shit!
I think they're gonna make more. I'm not gonna fall for that.
They probably will, but it's not available right now. Maybe next winter they'll put it out again.
Yeah, because I want to get another pack of that. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I freaking love the crap out of it.
Yeah.
So the beer that I'm about to say is that I gotta put this stuff away. But the beer I'm about to say, I'm gonna give this 100. And it's very good because it tastes exactly like a New England IPA. So if you can get this, please do. If not, when Johnny Boy comes up here, which he's not too far off, even though it's several hours, somewhat. I said somewhat.
Right. Start driving tonight.
No, that'd be stupid. That'd be dumb because he's drinking. So the beer is good. It's 100. Hoping when the legendary Johnny Boy does come up here, this will be around. But we'll try some other beers from this if they don't have this, but I'm hoping they will. So, because I know
Is
you
that
like
a New Jersey beer, Alex?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, if it does distribute up there, that'll be awesome because then I can drink it with you while you're up there.
I'll look out for it, Alex. I'll look out for it.
If not, I'll just have to have you come up here and down here because that would be up there. Down here to drink with me. That's it.
Okay.
So the best part is you get your pork and cheese hoagies with me. So that's
Those are good over at Maritz's.
Yeah, the legendary
All right.
BuMpY is the witness.
You'll have to eat 2 of those. Just one to enjoy and then one to do on camera, John.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Alex.
you, bud. Thank you.
Bring up Michael.
Okay, as far as beers that have been gifted to me, I think the best, and it's 2 different beers, but they're from the same series that I got from my daughter Bryce's best friend Jordan, and it was 2 of the Bourbon County variants from 2021, the brand 14 and the Cherrywood. And if you remember, if you've seen them, those were ones that he got from his roommate, because his roommate is a reviewer of spirits, wine, and beer, and he just doesn't have any interest in reviewing beer. So I got those 2, which was really nice. And they were sent out by Goose Island for people to review them. And fortunately for me, I get to review them, even though it's not on a written or a verbal review. I think I did one of them with the group. So
you did one of them on I think it was on one of the examinations we did. It had the big sticker on it, said "not for sale," right? On the label.
It was for commercial, for whatever it was, purposes only. But I guess they could have said.
I think it was. Didn't we do the 14?
Yeah, we did the brand 14. So that's the one. I still have the Cherrywood, and if anybody can still find one,
had the Cassia bark and the coconut water and all that.
As far as the Flying Dog Apricot Sour, it's figuring in the B+ range for me. I'm giving it an 88. After drinking it, I did get some of the fruitiness. I can't tell it's apricot. I mean, I guess it's kind of a little bit like that, but it's not a differentiated taste. Kind of like more just a general fruit kind of thing. And it was definitely tart rather than sour. But a lot of sours are not sour or pucker sour. They're more tart. And this one is an example of tart. The fact that it got an 88, I would definitely drink it again. I probably wouldn't look for it, but it does say ale with apricot and peach too, even though it's called apricot sour. So I guess that's what it kind of was to me, combination of apricot and peach. And 88 is what I give it.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. Short and sweet. Then we got.
Without a doubt. Now, I've been sent very little. I've been sent very little beer, people. Help me out. But definitely the best beer was a collaboration beer that I got sent from Structures Brewing, Level Beer, and Fort George by Beerman. It was that Fort George back in 2020. Thing was dynamite. Primo stuff there. Fort George, if you get that in your area,
nice.
Trade for some of that.
Yeah, they got good stuff, man.
I think Josh is in the basement.
I think it was good.
Nice.
We got a basement full of people. All right. Let's talk about this beer that should have been left in the basement. This Odin Belgian Strong Dark Ale. Where are we at now? I got a little more sweet, actually. Less drying, which I don't like. even more metallic-y, well water, that Belgian yeast kind of minerally thing. I'm gonna be a little harsh. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna give this bad boy a 78 out of 100. I think it's just way too sweet for a Belgian dark, strong style ale like a quadruple. I like the drier, more tannic tastes. I like more of the dark fruits of the raisin and the plum and the fig more than I do like this sweet cherry. It also tastes pretty sugary in general. It has a really sugary mouthfeel to it, and it's very, very, very sticky. It's not super 9.8%, which is nice, but it definitely tastes over 7% for damn sure. Yeah, I wouldn't really. You couldn't knock on my door and say, "Hey, what's the best Belgian strong dark ale you can buy?" It's definitely not this. Definitely one of the better values in Belgian dark strong ales is the Trader Joe's vintage ale, like $5 for a bomber of beer from Unibrew. They do it by Unibrew. That is classic to a T. This is a little funky, off-putting. Not so great. 78, but it's still you can still drink it down. It's not hardcore. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Eric.
Sure.
I think it's Miscellaneous's turn.
All right.
This is
cheers,
amazing.
guys.
I haven't
So,
missed anybody yet.
best beer mail, huh? Best beer that I got through beer mail. That's a tough one because I had a pretty good run there. I was getting a fair bit of beer mail. This is hard. So you guys have sent me some hitters, man. Some big time ones. I'm just gonna name off a couple, all right? Because kind of puts me in a different predicament. Like
Yeah, there can
BuMpY
be more
sent
than
me
one
really-
100 in the world. So, yeah.
Huh?
So there can be more than one 100 in the world.
Oh yeah. I mean, BuMpY sent me like that throwback, that Bohemian Pilsner. That's like my favorite Bohemian Pilsner. Beer man, he sent me stuff from Fort George. It's even from Justin. Justin's like, here, take this and just send it in the mail to him. You know what I mean? Beer mail from a guy that I've never even met before in real life. You know, cool with barrel aged Pilsner and some wine casks or something.
Yeah.
John and Ellie sent me some cool stuff. It's just hard. CBP. All of you guys have sent me some really top notch beer mails, and I don't know if I'd feel comfortable picking one over the other. I think everybody's definitely sent some high end stuff, and that's kind of how I feel about it. And I appreciate it, guys. So yeah, I don't know if I could pick just one. So much stuff. But for the Atomic Torpedo, like I said, not the biggest Sierra Nevada fan. I don't know why. Maybe it's because when I started, I had it and I was like, holy shit, what is this? That's back when I used to just get drunk on macro. I still do that sometimes, so watch out. Yeah, I'd put this at like a 93, 92, 93. I'll go with 93. You know, it's not really for West Coast. I'm not a huge West Coast IPA guy. Like they're either on the money or I'm just like, man, this is way too grapefruit bitter sometimes. But this one's a little bit malty, sweet, juicy. You said peach, biscuits, malty as could be. I mean, it's not like over the board either. You know, you get like there's a hop, like a floral hop in the finish, slight resinous. It's very, 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 very good. You know, not like blow your mind out of this world good, but I've definitely had some IPAs that were a lot less significant than this. So, and they're OGs in the game. Not a bad product. 93. Shout outs. Thursday night beer session. 8 o'clock.
The shout outs are coming up later, but that's cool.
I'll figure out. Maybe I'll have time to figure out what I'm going to do then.
All right, cool. Thank you, Miss Lane. All right. Eric, we did Eric.
Yeah, Eric went.
before miscellaneous.
Okay, it's me. I saw me, and I'm like, it's not me. Yeah, it's me.
Doing pretty good, Bumpy.
Doing pretty good. All right, I'm gonna run right through this.
I do pretty bad when it comes to that stuff.
Did Beer Man go?
No,
I
didn't
also
go.
have received a lot of beer mail from numerous people. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say that I appreciate homebrews that are sent to me probably more so than craft beer brews that are sent. Just in the whole thing of where I'm a home brewer, and I know that a lot of love, care, and affection goes into it, and you want people's honest feedback on stuff. So I mean, I've had some home brews sent from Chris, who the Bearded Beer Man. Appreciate stuff that he sent out to me. I was able to critique his stuff. This was when he was first starting, to homebrew. Stuff sent from Thrash Metal. Fantastic. Brews from him. One of the most memorable home brews, though, that I'd have to say came from Eclipse Brewing out of Seattle. He sent me a THC homebrew. And I just had a lot of fun making that video. I got to eat some pork ribs and some other various items, and it was just fun. It was just fun making that video and everything. So I'd have to say that's one of the most memorable home brews. And as far as like the best beer I've had, like from that's been sent to me, it's tough. I mean, I got a video coming up, like a week, I think. I've had stuff sent from miscellaneous. I've had stuff sent from Anelli. I've had beers gifted to me. It wasn't beer mail, but it was still given because it wasn't a beer mail question. Really, it was just gifted to you. Stuff from Tanner. It's been great brews. I was drinking one tonight. That one's definitely not the best I've ever had.
Did I give you any beer? Bumpy? Did I give you any beer in person? I don't know if I did.
Yes, you did. The nickel brewery and stuff like that. You had some in your fridge when I showed up.
Double nickel.
Yeah.
You got some Drecker for me.
So yeah, some great stuff. I've had Drecker Brains. That threw me into that because I'd never had those fruited sours from Beer Man. There's just been so much good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually cannot answer this question on the best
Tanner, with all
beer
these hard hitting questions here, man.
Yeah, this is because there's so many different kinds. I mean,
Thought it was going to be an easy question.
I'd say Drecker because that got me into the heavily fruited sours from Beer Man. Awesome, miscellaneous sent me stuff that I can't get from down in Florida, and even Yingling. The Yingling one was a fun one though because I made a fun video of that. Stuff from Nelly. I remember doing it was midnight, Halloween night on midnight, and I did a beer that he sent me in this giant, and he sent like a freaking towel. I think it was like a used towel. Empty tissue.
You got
box.
one of those.
I'm not sure if he ran out of tissues and he used the towel.
Yeah,
I got an empty tissue box in there.
It was just
like
to pack
this
stuff
giant box. This giant box. It was like midnight. It had just it struck midnight, and I'm doing this beer review on some like Halloween type beer that he'd sent me from Georgia. It was like a Walking Dead or something. There's just stuff like that is just memorable to me, and it makes me happy in those moments. And then to be able to kind of think back on them, it's there's a lot of stress in life, and then when you're just you do something, or you just you're drinking a beer and it's like a special occasion beer or something like that, it just kind of it livens things up, makes it nice. But yeah, I've had a lot of great beers that have been sent to me, and then some not so great, but we'll get by. I'll just leave it on that because I can't pinpoint one, but I did pinpoint at least one homebrew that stood out because it was crazy. The floor is barley wine from Proclamation Ale. I'm going to give this a 92 out of 100. Out of the barley wines I've had, it's decent. It's got I didn't really mention the flavors and stuff. It does have a little bit of like a hay-like note coming out of it for me. There are some fruit notes. It is a lighter barley wine. I usually don't get super light barley wine, so that was different. I've had one from England that was like a golden yellow color. So it was a little bit like raisin, but it was like golden raisin type notes, a little bit caramel, toffee-esque, drinkable. I drank the whole thing. That's one thing. I didn't complain about like, holy crap, I need to share this with somebody. And it was 11%. So very drinkable. But yeah, 92 out of 100 for that barley wine.
Glad you liked it, Bump.
That's in the A range. It's still good. It didn't get drain poured.
Yeah, that's
And I drank the whole thing. It's just I've had some pretty standout barley wines in my day. Clown Shoes actually holds a couple of them besides the other one there. But that's a difficult one to get through because it's so like I'm like five ounces on the one that Tanner had tonight. It's like after that I'm like no. I really can't do much more than that. But yeah, that's my answers, and we'll get to Beer Man.
All right. Man, yeah, this is really hard. It's funny you mentioned eclectic beard. I was looking at the comments. Sorry. Cheers to you, Alan. Eclipse. That I did like that. I did get the THC one too. Or it was a THC one. But I like the All Together collaboration thing that they all did. I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was really good actually for a homebrew. Funky Buddhas. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. I've had this forever. This was a really good beer from Miscellaneous. And then I also had from BuMpY. I had the Panama from Kettlehead, the Panama IPA, something rather. I can't remember. I'm looking at it right now, but I can't remember what it was because I have to like listen to what I was saying. But that was really good. I remember it being it was very, very tropical, pineapple-y, and I almost want to say it had kind of a lotion thing, but that didn't. That was a good beer, man. I remember that being a good beer. So no, it was. It's really hard. I haven't had a lot of beers sent to me from a lot of people, just because I'm always hesitant about sending beer back or sending beer out because I just get weird about that. But the beers I have gotten, I've been very pleased with. Even from Drunken One, he sent me some beers from his neck of the woods that were pretty damn good. For grocery store, I guess, or I would imagine it was more of like the grocery store style, but they were very good drinkable beers. Yeah. So the beer I've got tonight, I'd give this. This was awesome. I mean, to kind of reverse everyone on what I was tasting. The oyster was a big thing. I was getting that the seafoody oyster thing, the peated malt, the smoked woodiness, the caramel, the chocolate, the dark roasted coffee, slight leather, slight hop burn, making me believe it was more of an American stout, more hoppy, dry, spicy finish. Just a very good beer for a collaboration, man. I'm not too happy with Pelican, but I do like Fort George quite a bit. So them collaborating together was a really nice mix to be able to see how that all worked. I would give this like a 95 out of 100. I thought it was delicious. I drank it right down. I mean, it was super drinkable. I don't have to pee now, but nobody had to hear that, but it's true. I gotta pee. That's it, man. That's all I have to say. Cheers.
Beer, man, you're a jerk.
I say it how it is, man.
That's what I like about you, Beer Man. Don't forget that.
Don't forget your hall
Cheers,
pass.
Beer Man.
Cheers.
Oh, we got Josh.
Josh.
He gave it. Josh gave his score.
Josh.
You gave his
Yeah, Tanner hasn't given the score yet.
Tanner. Tanner.
You're muted.
All right. So honestly, I've been doing YouTube for probably like 5 years now, but I've never really been into like a beer community, which is awesome hanging out with you guys. So I actually haven't been really gifted much from anybody. I think the only beers that I've ever been really gifted from was BuMpY. And after we hung out at Trillium, had a great time, had some draft pours and some pizza. We were leaving. We were gonna get some beer to go, and BuMpY grabbed his stuff, and I grabbed a couple things, and BuMpY actually got my tab, and he grabbed me this. And I will say this is definitely the best beer that was gifted to me. I believe I gave this like a 99 out of 100. It's a stout with peanut, almond, hazelnut, and vanilla.
Mm.
And I really like peanut butter beers, and this had the most reminiscent of a peanut butter. It was like Reese's peanut butter cups. I give it a 99 out of 100, but I will say this is definitely a beer to share with people because it was probably the thickest and the most full-bodied beer I've ever had. So, thanks to BuMpY for that one. So,
Well, who grabbed the tab of all the beers that we were drinking and the pizza? The yummy pizza.
I mean, I treated you because you had me over your house, you welcomed me into your home, and brought me to a nice burger joint the next day. So, of course, I had to repay the favor. So, but yeah, this was definitely that might be one of the best beers I've had because, like I said, that peanut butter note was awesome.
Peanut butter beers are delicious, Tanner.
What's that?
I said peanut butter beers are delicious.
They are when they're not chalky.
That's definitely the coolest Trillium label I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really good. Maybe sometime whoever's in our area, we can meet up there. Make a couple hours out of it. I think me and BuMpY were only there for like a couple hours. But
Yeah, like 2 hours.
yeah, so that would be definitely a great spot. Even if other people, if you want to make the trip down or something, that's a great brewery to hang out at.
What's the brewery?
Trillium.
Oh yeah, I've been there. It's pretty good stuff. Trillium. Yeah, but I didn't get a chance to buy the actual beers though because we were walking. I did not want to feel carrying beers.
So for the mahogany and tweed, I'm gonna give this a. Honestly, maybe it's because I only had one other beer before this, but I'm getting through it. It's definitely a sipper. I will say there's almost no alcohol burn. It's like best way to describe it is toffee, raisin, pecan, but it's and maple, of course, maple brown sugar. So yeah, toffee, maple brown sugar, pecan. It's really good. This is a great barley wine. I'll give this like a 98 out of 100. And like I said, 11%. You can't even really taste the booziness. And maybe it's this beer kind of messing me up, but it has a little bit of a thinner viscosity than some other barrel-aged beers. But yeah, 98 of 100 for this one. I really did enjoy this. And I'm excited to try the other two. Cheers.
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 All right. Thank you, Tanner.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, let's. I'm going to bring myself up here, so I'm just kind of in the right spot when we go back full screen. All right, so we're going to go through now. Just shout out your own channel if you want to shout out somebody else's channel. But we do have a lot of people that we normally shout out their channels to. So for the most part, get yourself noticed out there when we go through, and just we can do it in order. We can go any which way we want to go, but let's try to do it as quick as we can because there is another show coming up after this one. So cheers, guys.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, Johnny Boy's in charge of that. So
whoever wants to go ahead and dive in.
Well,
Thursday night beer session at 8. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet. Stay tuned. It's gonna be happening now. Cheers.
Cheers.
My shout outs is Food Friday. We're going to do things on crackers and what's it called? Bloody Marys, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard.
Wow. Bloody Marys, all right.
John will be there.
What's that?
John will be there. He said,
Bloody Mary, John will pop up.
Oh yeah,
Well,
and you said you'll be there too, Tanner. Okay, well, yeah,
I'll try to be there
you're always there on Fridays anyway. So
for the most part. Yeah.
John, do you want to plug Stout Sunday, or you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern on George Beer Reviews. Thanks to Ron Terrio for hosting. I was sick. I'm still a little under the weather, but I
didn't know
can-
about it, John. Otherwise, I would have done it. You didn't tell
well,
me.
I was planning on doing it up until I woke up Sunday morning and I couldn't breathe through my nose. So anyway, just a little head cold. I'm getting over it. But yeah, Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern, and Ron Terrio, Louisiana Beer Reviews. I'll give him a plug since he so kindly hosted yesterday. Go check out his channel. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for having me, BuMpY.
Okay, I'll go. Beer and Cheese Tuesday. It's all Irish. Bring Irish cheese and Irish beer. 8 o'clock Eastern for that. And then Wednesday will be another Irish beer. So just bring Irish because I missed everything last week. So that's my fault. Yeah, we're gonna do Irish this week. So yeah, other than that, look out for beer reviews. I've been trying to schedule stuff. I've been really busy trying to get stuff done with the brewery. So I've just been posting reviews and throwing them up and scheduling them.
I have all night.
But yeah, that's all I have. Cheers, guys. Let you guys shout all your stuff out.
Yeah, I'll shout out the fact
man.
that every Wednesday, right? Every Wednesday we do the Massachusetts Beer Reviews, Thomas Metal Channel YouTube. We do the Wild Card Wednesday. It's Wild Card. It's Wild Card, Jean Pierre. Anything you want. It's the same thing every week. Yes, that every week. But wine, beer, spirit. Let's have fun. Don't be a douche. And this week we are not on the Thomas Metal 75 channel doing the Wild Card Wednesday doo-doo. Band practicing for the recording studio obligation.
I'll do it.
Anybody that wants to do it, take Wednesday if you want, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
I'll
There
do
you
it.
go.
Shout out to Alex, the Beer Master.
Cool.
There you go. I guess everyone when I think right. I'll go. Check out my channel, Last Beer, if you can find me. Hopefully, I do. I've been doing a Sunday night show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, beer bowl discussions, talk about craft beer news, trends, all that kind of stuff, and then it kind of turned into this hangout session. So come hang out if you want, if you got time. Not too late for you, but feel like Crooker87 on Instagram is where I post most of all my beers. Give a little description, and yeah, I think that's.
I believe you got a shout out for tomorrow too, Lizard Josh, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. So me and Alex, this guy down there, Alex the Beer Master, we got to pick a time, but tomorrow we're going to be doing an examination of the Firestone Walker 2021 Kentucky Mule beer. So
Maybe on Josh's channel or my channel. Probably on
either or,
Josh's.
either or. We haven't decided. We still got to work out the fine details, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that
Just
tomorrow.
hang out.
What's
Just
that?
tell me.
I said, can I just show up and hang out? I think Alex hopped on one of my brewer reviews and he was just hanging out.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yes.
But then I'm gonna have to. If it's on my channel, Tanner, I'm gonna have to ban you as soon as you get on the panel. So
Oh no, I'll see you, Josh.
That's
Right,
fine.
Josh said
Right.
play.
Make sure I bring a stone beer.
Just dress up like a cat. He won't kick you out for real.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers, Josh.
I like that too, John.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Who has not gone?
I'll go, I guess. I'll go. So Thursday, normally I do brewer reviews, but this Thursday we're going to be starting a new show on the channel. It's going to be called Will It Mix? Bring any kind of liquor, whatever you want to bring. Brandy, rum, whiskey, gin, vodka, whatever you want to bring, and bring something to mix it with. It's going to be kind of like BuMpY's new brew, where we're just going to present, and then we're just going to hang out, drink some cocktails, ask each other some questions and stuff. But yeah, just because I do a liquor review channel, I'd like to just kind of interpret some type of liquor live stream. So that'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday. And then Saturday, I do Rate That Beer. It doesn't have to be a new beer. It could be something that you've had before. Just come on the panel and rate a beer. Just like doing a regular beer review. And for other people, I'll shout out FLX Beer Reviews with Dan and Mike. Go check them out. And also check out Bang and Beer Podcast with Anthony and his buddies. So thanks for having me, Bumpy. Cheers, guys.
Channer. I was going to say cheers. Cheers, Channer. So now you're just Channer from now on.
Tanner from
You got it.
Thanks for being here, Channer.
Appreciate you, Bumpy. Appreciate you too, Alex.
Oh, appreciate you.
Much appreciation.
If anybody hasn't gone, start talking.
Miscellaneous.
Everybody
Everybody,
shout
Michael. It's Michael like that.
John mentioned Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern time on John's channel. That's
We are doing, after this show, we're doing a house lager examination of Jack's Abbey. Of course, anybody that has the Jack's Abbey house lager is welcome to join, but I don't know how many, I know Bumpy's got it. He'll be there. Michael, myself. If anybody else has a Jack's Abbey house lager and wants to join, we're doing it right after New Brew. And that's it.
Cheers. Wish I knew ahead of time. I would have hopped on there with you.
I'm wearing a black shirt, John. It hides it.
Well, I guess I'll do my quick shout out. I got my 2 50-point inspection videos I put out weekly Wednesday and Friday, so just look forward to those. Hopefully they're entertaining and hopefully they're getting better. I can only hope. We got Monday nights with this show. It's obviously on my channel here, so if you guys have found it and you're here and you're watching this, then you've already found my channel. So, it's called New Brew. Bring a beer that you've never had before. And if you're at this point so far, you know the concept kind of what the show is. So there's that. We'll see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Check out John and Ellie, Michael Kormaroff. I'm going. And whoever else has a house lager from, damn it,
Jack's Abbey.
Jack's Abbey. I want to call it Framing Hammer. From Jack's Abbey. Please go over to John and Ellie's channel after this and watch that show, or be there if you have the beer. All right, Alex, you know what to do now.
Yeah. Well, this is Alex the Beer Master. And we will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This is Alex the Beer Master signing out.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.